Okay, switch on over to CBL. Ooh, me. It's a 3-minute delay, so sorry about that, guys. Hopefully the game capture is on. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong one anyway. Wrong one again. There we go. That's the one. Oh, man. Wlbg Fortress against... So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming along for the CBL. I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream just before, which was the Rising Community Christmas Party. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Unfortunately, we do have CBL now, so I had to dip out for that. So, hopefully, if you're part of the Rising community, you guys can join in for the Christmas party. They are all doing a bunch of stuff, great to socialize, and I hope you guys enjoyed. But other than that, I'm going to commentate for the battle between Wlbg versus GNG. Unfortunately, I have not practiced my names for these players, for these teams just yet. We are on Wlbg Fortress. Wlbg Fortress is going to be for both battles. Right now, it does look like Wlbg are going to be attacking first. There is a limit on the maps right now. It is only 3 maps: Wlbg Fortress, Harbor City, and one other one I do not remember. Might be Sun City. But, other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the commentary, and I hope you guys enjoy watching with me the CBL. CBL right now is in a very good spot, as it is quite enjoyable for everything. Like, in general, I do believe that CBL is in a way better position than it was, I mean, balance-wise, than before. So, waiting for the last member of Wlbg to get in, get ready, and for us to start.
I miss my home.
Last 2 days, QT.
Melodies just don't seem right in this place.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can get some help with you guys right now. I am streaming the Wlbg matches. If you want to guys watch the KG-TQ match, I want to see. You want to watch the this is for
Nothing can match it.
well, I mean the chat will be way ahead. This is like 3
Trading is
minutes
what
delay
makes this
kind of
world
thing.
go round.
The KG versus QT. TQ, sorry, not QT. Following that is the YYY versus VOD. We're gonna have this guy. He's going to be for the YYY versus BOD. Black Desert Online? Oh no, BOD. Ball of D's. And then we got 23. Cosmo. Let's screaming out the last one on the Wlbg versus UNSC. Oh, wait, hang on. I need to edit. Damn it, whatever. UNSC versus Wlbg. Alrighty, so that is that. Still haven't started yet. We'll start in 1 minute. Doesn't look like 1 minute start shortly. Oh wait, everything's all connect. Alrighty, here we go. Gonna be seeing the first battle between Wlbg versus GNG here on Linwy Fortress. It's a 10v10 map. It is a very peculiar map, I would say. Gonna be very difficult. They're tight quarters and definitely a map which has very few advantages for the attackers, I would say. Attackers do have their work cut out for them. The defenders have very good choke points they can take advantage of, and the treb on this map is not very strong. Gonna let you guys take a quick look at the unit composition coming out. Oh, yeah, I'm still only just chatting, aren't I? That should update. There we go. Thanks, Billy. So that should be that. Oko! Lots of tier 4s coming out from the attacking team, lots of tier 5s coming out from the defending team. What's important to note is the flamers coming out from the defending team. I did see a Falconetti gunner as well. We got Shoji Grenadiers coming out from Wlbg, wondering whether or not that's going to be effective, since it's going to be very hard to get up on the wall. We got 2 short swords, which is very, very important to keep in mind. Those 2 short swords are going to be very painful when it comes to dealing with the 2 short swords are going to be very difficult. Going to be that. Going to be very interesting. What is this? We have people going through that tunnel. Gotta correct their heads up. They do come up, break through the small wooden thing. They're up onto the thing. No contest. So straight on to the supply point there on the north side. This is north side supply point. Then you got the, I would say, wall supply point. Otherwise, it could be the western supply point, and then you have the western supply point. But nonetheless, inside already, switching out units, very good idea. No point climbing your unit, takes too much time. Just switch out to brand new units. No contest from GNG right now. Does look like they are looking to go through the eastern gate here. This eastern gate is fully stacked with Dows, Quarterashios, Imperial Spearguard. I don't know what they were
Nothing
at.
my axe can't handle.
Above them. Interesting choice for a Culverin to be placed there. 2 Culverins, in fact. Oh, never mind. Actually, they take out the Trebs. Trebs on the eastern side have been taken out. Trebs on the southern side taken out. I don't know why I'm seeing a bunch of things very, very far away, but that could be Trebs. I think they, instead of deleting the Trebs, they put the Trebs very, very far away, so that's not very good for resource purposes. So, double short bow, definitely painful just for them to concentrate on the heroes. Even at this distance, they do quite considerable damage. Damage drop off of these guys, not very, take it easy. Damage drop off is not extraordinarily high. lately, range classes to have a advantage. Using a different variety of artillery. We've got a cannon. Big hit, I would say, coming out from Falconetti Gunners. Falconetti Gunners rinsing. Oh, no, not rinsing, but some shots here and there, not really particularly smacking. I'm not sure why they're playing on Wlbg Fortress. It is a choice. Wlbg did choose it. Probably did not like the other choices of the map. So this is a 3 minutes delay, so
First blood.
just letting their Imperial Shields just get taken out like that for basically no cost at all. What I do wonder whether or not it's the Falconettis that are really putting pressure on them to wait. That Falconetti will not cease firing, and the longer they wait, the longer it's going to be. Oh well, sorry. The more damage this Falconetti gun is going to stack up. It does look like that Culverin also getting some free shots. We have some very strange Culverin placements as well, but can be very useful. 3 and 6 shots can shoot straight in. I would definitely use these Culverins to shoot, but probably the angling is bad. That's why they're not using it. Some artillery of their own, but they do have a longsword healing up. Or the Iron Reapers just healing up by default. Iron Reapers do look like they are top line veterancy. I do think veterancy wise, middle line could be better with the Maul, but the 15% anti-infantry bonus is incredible, especially when you want to deal all max damage. Whoa! Unfortunate, very unfortunate there. Wlbg, that short sword trying for the Thunderstrucks gets blasted in the face, and then he gets picked up by the Maul. Massively out of position. Now here we are at a 10v9. Very bad, but the Falconetti Gunners certainly are not here at the front. We have the Flamers running down for a mass advantage. Too far in front. We have the Varangian Guard just decimate that front line, and the Shield Maiden still holding, but it gets CC'd, and they get pushed back very easily. The heavy armor from GNG decimating the front line and easily takes the fight. The heroes from WLBG is trying to stay alive very well, in fact. Only, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure more people are dead than this. So.
A walk in the park.
About 5 people dead, half their guys are dead. So respawns are coming in soon. I don't think they are going, so it doesn't look like the defenders are going to go down. This is a very smart move from the defenders. Stay up on the wall, you still have one supply point. Doesn't matter what WLBG does, realistically, on the ground, because the absolute advantage here goes for the defenders here on the wall. Each of these stairs is a choke point. It's very difficult to get up. This is a double choke point. You never want to go up this set of stairs on the side of the house and then a second set of stairs up onto the wall. Very brutal. What you want to probably do is try to get the supply point on the wall. I would definitely attack the supply point on the wall, get this set of stairs and look to flank this set of stairs. If they try to block you here, Trebs from the front side is very easy. Bam bam, smack Rooney. Game sound is louder than you speak. Wow, really? Alright, I'll turn that down. I think I accidentally have a filter gain on this. Edit filter. I have a filter gain on this. Yeah, that was for something else. That gain was for something else, so the sound should be better now. So hopefully my sound sounds better. I want you guys to hear some of the action as it does happen, but watching it as well is very incredible. Right now, the front line is desperately in favor of the loyal guards coming out from the attackers, but the front line finally breaks apart. The Iron Reapers really carrying the day. The Varangian Guard did not have much of an impact as they've been pushed back, but the Iron Reapers do try to push forward. Luckily enough, the strong short sword and shield, the Imperial Spear Guards holding the front line, but eventually it does fall. But holy cow, we just lost 6 heroes coming out from the attackers right now. Not a very good look. A second loss for the attackers and a massive advantage for the defenders right now. Looking at the unit,
Dust to dust.
more than twice their numbers right now. And in a 10v10, this is really, really bad for the attackers. We got some Varangian guards coming out from the attackers, fighting off against some serfs. This should be very easy picking, as long as the Varangian guards keep rotating through their skills. They should more or less be capable of sustaining themselves, but it does look like the hero controlling these units are dead. Is he? 8 out of 16 right now. One by one they do fall. Does look like he's dead. Varangian guards. Yeah, Varangian guard, he had died down to their last unit. I do not believe that GNG is going to lose this. Well, the unit advantage is massively in their favor. To lose the wall now would be pretty idiotic. It would just extend the battle for no reason, since they can just simply crush them. Do we have some Halberdiers left over? Halberdiers are very good for hitting above weight right now. Probably one of the better units, especially for tier 3. Unfortunately, can't really say much about overwhelming numbers. Varangian guards and Spear Sergeant both coming in to contest this pile, but we got some Ezekiel militia. Varangian guard just decimates that Halberdier unit, and they just kill off all of the serfs. Complete wash of Wlbg. The unfortunate thing here is definitely the style of attack. They wanted to go slow and methodical, but in the end, GNG forced them to rapid march. Tried to get them, here's the thing. GNG definitely had a really great setup. Range is powerful, especially Falconetti's. The longer you get shot at by them, the more damage they're going to build up. And taking out the Trebs removes removes a lot of power from the attackers, actually. Only the Trebs on the western side. No Trebs coming out is kind of surprising. Maybe they did take out the Trebs on the front side. Not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to hand it to GNG. A nice defense. Very, very strong defense. I do think the composition from Wlbg did have some merits. Could have tried better to time out the Varangian guards and the Iron Reapers coming out from the defenders, but the shield's dominance from Wlbg did not entirely lose. The unfortunate thing is that they had the shields and the pikes too close together, so when the shields were getting attacked, the pike were also getting attacked. You want the pike just slightly behind the shield. As the shield starts falling down, the formations will hold, because the pikes, most of their damage should be in the area where the shields are at, because the shields are going to be pushed back, going to die a bit, and the enemy is going to be in that area. The unfortunate thing here is people mismatch the spacing between these units and end up having their pike units, which are very, very vulnerable, getting killed as well. Iron Reapers, Varangian guards are both units that have high hit limits, so definitely really good against dense piles. Unfortunately, the greater numbers from the lower tier units did not overcome the sheer strength from the tier 5 units. So tier 5 units, especially for the defenders, are easily swapped out, healed, exchanged, whatnot. Anyway, we're going to continue on to the next battle. This time, we're going to be watching Wlbg attack against GNG here on Wlbg Fortress. So hopefully we get to see a very good battle. what is interesting is the approach. They did start off with the tunnel, get onto the supply point. So that is good if the enemy defenders decide to hold that eastern gate. It did seem like they were afraid of a eastern gate hold, which would clutch them there if they came in. Pushing it back a little bit, I think it's very important to say that the Falconetti didn't actually create as much value as they could have or should have. I really think the Falconetti gunners could have been closer. Like, the bombardment was good, not very accurate. So it's very hard to get these guys to really give you the get you the whole value when it comes into the battles here. Strangely enough, they did manage to take out a couple of the Nafan guards, the Siphonarios. So I don't think Siphonarios survived that long. And one of the bad things is the Siphonarios didn't seem to have turned the tide as much as I thought they would. I do believe that Siphonarios for the attackers in that scenario was only maybe 4 left. And I thought they would win wholesale, but in the end they just didn't win. So are Siphonarios weaker, or just the front line couldn't hold long enough for the Siphonarios to do damage? These guys do a lot of damage with the Firestorm ability, and it's true damage, so no amount of armor is going to stop them. So there was a limited amount of range for the attackers, just, I guess, probably didn't use it to their advantage. Does look like GNG is ready. We got number 5 in the team of Wlbg here on Lunar Fortress, but hopefully the observer does see him and puts him down, puts him in his place. Alright, second battle is starting. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more from GNG and much, much more from Wlbg. I do think GNG is favored to win. The display of skill does not really shine for Wlbg. Hero-wise, very bad. Unit composition looks good, but could not win out against the Tier 5 Mania. We have a lot of Tier 5s coming out from the attackers and defenders this time. A little bit more Tier 4 usage from the attackers, which was previously mostly Tier 5. It's very interesting how Lunar Fortress, your more preference to use stronger units to completely obliterate the attacking force. And it is very important that you need to establish a stronghold once you're inside. So seeing that we got a lot of Tier 5s coming out from the attackers does tell me that attrition style battles are not the way to go. So what I mean by that, you have a bunch of Tier 5s who want to trade up. So you have a Tier 5, you trade for a Tier 5. You have a Tier 4, you trade for a Tier 5. That is trading up. That way, when it comes down to the end, you're going to have one Tier 4 and they're going to have a Surf unit. So very important to count how many tier 5s, because each tier 5 is an army in and of themselves. They are the strongest elite units you could possibly get in this game, but they can easily fall down to some of the tier 4s in recent days. Wlbg being very popular. We got some halberdiers. Halberdiers are very, very strong on the hitting above weight. Interesting pick, though. I am looking at some claymores being chosen out from both GNG and Wlbg. The swing around here is also very interesting. I'm not sure what their plan is. They open up the front with probably a treb, or no, musket probably must have bombed it. So it's really funny because this front wall is breakable, and it is very easily broken with just a musket bomb and co. Well, most ranged units could just shoot it as well. Takes a while if you just shoot it, but a musket bomb could easily break it open. Front gate is broken. Unfortunately, eastern side gate is not broken though. GNG does seem to keep on scouting with some mortars being placed down. Unfortunately, they haven't zeroed in their mortars just yet. It does take a while, several shots to zero in mortars, especially when you cannot see the reticle. They are getting close. We got some VGs getting hammered. Oh, Iron Reapers also get hit. You can hear the pounding sound of the siege weapons at work. Counter siege, got one mortar trying to fire back. Could be good. Trading 1 for 2 is the way you want to go. Fortunately, they do have trebs available. Doesn't look like the defending team wants to destroy those trebs. I would keep my units on the move, or place them at least somewhere where those things cannot get them. No kills just yet, but definitely a lot of damage. Mortars don't particularly do a lot of damage on direct hits, but their explosion damage is pretty large. So it takes probably 7 or 9 hits for explosion damage to kill any of these high tier units, but direct hit wise, probably 3 or 4 would probably send some into the dirt, bury them. 2 of the trebs are going to miss as it hits a tower, and 2 of the trebs also misses because aimed off. That's very unfortunate. Loyal Guards barely moved. But in the end, nothing of value was gained. Probably position as well, not very much. Had decided to move up on the south side of the Wlbg fortress, pushing towards the sets of stairs. There is 3 sets of stairs that is accessible for GNG right now. Whoa! Straight on. We have Iron Reapers charging straight into some Varangian Guards, get decimated. Varangian Guards is barely holding, hasn't switched to axes, very surprising. We got Iron Reapers as well on the side, just losing out in the exchange here. We are slowly trickling in units. This is bad for the defenders. Defenders have not won straight, and this is very bad, to say the very least. I'm not sure what to say. Nearly on all fronts, they are kind of losing the exchange. We have the Shield Maidens, the only one actually probably winning, but I do remember that a Loyal Guard was also here. Completely cleaned out from the A point. I do believe that every single one from the attacking team is dead. I mean, from the defending team is dead, and I don't know why the statistics are paused. Hero revives. So we got 2 people reviving already. Okay, so many of the heroes lost their unit. Respawning in soon. I do think the defending team lost way more than the attacking team there. GNG has probably an absolute advantage right now. It's doubly worse for Wlbg to lose more and more tier 5 units. I don't think they're going to lose a VG for free. Probably the hero did not back off fast enough. In that case, probably just better off just not dying. Get something out. Holding up into the final point. Wlbg is not looking worse for wears. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Only 133 tier 5 units left. That's about 5 or 6. So we got a Dow, Varangian Guards, Shield Maidens, another Varangian Guards, and a Iron Reaper. That is the last of the tier 5s. 5 tier 5s on the field. Plus, oh, no, 6 tier 5s. Got some. 7. They have 7. Okay, so not bad, actually. 7 tier 5s still left on the field. We have lots, majority is Iron Reapers and Varangian Guards. I will have to say, though, gonna have to work very hard with the remaining units available for GNG. GNG definitely got at least half an army up. Probably 5 or 6 tier 5 units. So they're going to have to pick off. So not only they're going to have to pick off every single one of their units in one go, they're going to have to fight off 5 additional units. So it could be very brutal as the mortaring has begun. That is some scary amounts of mortar. The range on these mortars, the angles on these mortars are the most terrifying thing as they slowly zero in with each shot. You gotta keep yourself moving, gotta move. So it looks like someone tried to go destroy the mortar, but unfortunately did not succeed. Halberdier is one of your best units to hit above. Well, definitely one of your best units to keep alive. They are a brace style unit. Brace style units classically are able to deal a lot of damage as long as they maintain the formation and don't easily trade down. As long as you maintain the formation, a phalanx can be the strongest formation. Phalanx in general is the strongest formation in the game. Like, I don't believe halberdiers are weak anymore. For sure, before the buff, they were weak. But, man, that was brutal. Getting hit by so many mortars and just a trickle of surf units kept them there. This is a nice bait coming out from GNG. I'm not sure if they did it on purpose or whether or not it was unintentional. But trickling in small amounts of units just so that they keep their units there. Wow, they are on point here. GNG aiming at a particular spot. I think 5 or 6 shots just went straight on to that Iron Reaper, killing off 3 or 4 of them. This is big money right now from GNG, slowly chipping away at the strength of the defenders. The defenders are definitely needing to hole up into this tower. I would not even poke my head out. Killing those units very easily with heroes doesn't even need to have these units. Even Demez Pikeman, I would keep safe. Every unit counts right now. GNG, whoa, what was he doing there? Liquid Pike unit. No idea why. He is a controller. But again, with another Pike poking his head around. GNG also poking his head around. Does take out quite a few of those Ezekiel militia. That's not good. I do think the mortaring should slow a bit down as 0 shots coming out from that one. Final attack does look like to be raring to go. GNG just goes straight up with Loyal Guards. Loyal Guards doesn't look like they fear anything as a second one pops around. Ooh. VGs definitely want to take that fight against the Madows if they go for a close. Oh, Iron Reapers take a wild charge right across the front line there. and the battle has, for the final point, has begun. Loyal guards there hold the right-hand side for the attackers easily. Varangian guards breach the reinforcements, killing off the Medaus and whatever there on the left-hand side. Iron Reapers taking the center, and with Shield Maidens closing in. Very good formation coming out from GNG. Very wide formation. They were able to have that were able to have shields on all sides, able to pressure every single sector and stretch the defenders to the limit. I do not think the defenders had any chance of defending that and easily being destroyed in the defense here. Wlbg has lost on their defense, has lost on their attack, and GNG has won both rounds, closing out the game with a capture of the main point. Nicely done. GNG masterfully executed. I think the defense was very good. I think the attack was very good. We got to see a little bit more from GNG. I do think Wlbg just does not have the experience to weather the storm. Artillery is coming down, lose a little bit here, lose a little bit there. You really, really, really do not want to lose any of your precious, precious assets. Your every single unit is worth a lot more than you could imagine when it comes down to a fight. Loyal Guards, however, do taking that entire left side and center, entire right side and center there on the final point. Very, very intimidating, but you do not need to engage. Loyal Guards are important to race and cannot form up as frequently as you think they can. And as they push forward, they leave themselves prone to opening their flanks. I do think that the defenders could have taken that fight a little bit differently, and I do think if they had been prepared for the push-up, that could have changed. But unfortunately, because they were so scared from all the mortaring, the shelling, they were just very, very far away from the important chokes, and a straight fight happened with dominance coming out from GNG, easily handing them the defeat there on the flag. This is where the moment... Okay, so it's very important because previously teams that have been able to use artillery and their movements to great effect, Crusaders has been one. I believe they're called EFFS now, and they were masters of mortars, or the covering, or the artillery fire, and positioning the enemy where they can win. You want to bombard the critical intersections and keep the enemy away from there. You saw how important they were focusing that halberdier that was pressuring the stairs, and definitely really good. Even though they lost, their heroes scouted the stairs, scouted on the sections. The defenders, none the wiser, didn't understood that once their formations have been seen, the enemy is going to be ever more prepared to dominate against you. So, CBL is a great how to explain? In regular Siege, you won't get these kinds of plays. You won't see these kinds of plays happen naturally. They're a little bit by luck and a little bit organic from player knowledge and stuff. But the amount of setup in order to pull this off in CBL is incredible. Teamwork and positioning, not to mention knowledge as well. You can get a lot of players, you can get a bunch of players that don't know this game inside and out, and they can perform amazing. And that can be magic on the battlefield. But when you get a team that can do this, that can set up the enemy team for failure, that is what is important, because GNG set the enemy team up for failure and set themselves up for victory. They had tools, they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and did not hesitate. And Wlbg had no answer to what GNG has done. That being said, it does look like there is no more battles for now, since I cannot view the other battles for now. We'll just have a couple minute break as we wait. Oh, grassland. I think there's too many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes! Oh, no. It's either it's me or him. Like, damn it. I'm gonna get kicked out. There's 10 observers now. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm gonna get kicked out. Oh well. That sucks. Or I might stay in. Doesn't matter. Let's see if I get kicked out or someone else get kicked out. It's unfortunate that the observer system is not working again. It was so good before. It just not very. For some reason it didn't work the second time for Harvest City. Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure I'm gonna get kicked out. Oh man. I'm just gonna wait until the observer kicks me. The observer needs to kick me. Ah, nah, I'll hop out by myself. Whatever. Alright, I'll catch you guys for the next set of matches. Oh, wait. They're opening up the next set of matches now. But I probably won't, I'll probably go for a short break anyway. I'm, HP versus HR on Harbour City. That's a very interesting setup there. I don't know why they're setting this up when the last of the things have not ended just yet. So, anyway, I'll catch you guys in a bit. I like cricket.
The original
Alright, this is actually really bad. They're not meant to start. They're not meant to start until all the battles have finished. Oh, man. Thought I asked them the last time to not start. Unfortunately, I mean, like, I'm not one of the guys that are in the other battles, but it's just one of the things. You know, they need to be a little bit more professional, but, so, anyway, forget about all of that. Here we are on Harbor City with SSR versus HP. Harbor City. We're gonna get SSR attacking first. Lots of tier 5s coming out from both sides, but more tier 4s coming out from HP. Lots of Wlbgs, in fact. Expecting cavalry a lot. Heavy infantry out from SSR. Mostly Iron Reapers by the looks of it. A couple of Varangian guards and shield maidens. Surprising not more shield maidens. A good mixture of shields, pikes, and shock troops. Shock troops is probably overdone here. HP not having very many cavalry could be the detriment, but because of the small number of pike units coming out from SSR, they could actually get very, very, very valuable cavalry impact here. They expect, it does look like HP is expecting a lot more cavalry coming out from SSR, and wow, that load in tanked my frames pretty hard. But nonetheless, no weird glitch on the front gate. So instantly off to start. Got the siege weapons being fired at each other. Classic. Going to see some mortars being deployed. The mortars here are very important since they are closer and able to shoot up over. And, depending on their position, they can hit this pile on the stairs here. Kind of what you want to do. I do believe the mortars are a little bit far away in order to achieve the effect. Sometimes the mortars are here, but easily destroyed. Also, that positioning of the Falconetti gunners could actually position them slightly further back. Or not, actually. The angle would be pretty bad. Could put them in that corner there and get these mortars. But nonetheless, got the left-hand siege tower going down. Horsey might go bye-bye. Middle siege tower also burning down the clock. Not going to last for very much longer. Just got Hawatchers firing at it, and I'm pretty sure... Ooh, nice fire coming out from some Falconetti gunners. Probably trying to take out this Hawatcher. Does take out nearly everything here on the north side. Does go down. Got one culverin getting shot at by some nice mortars. Mortar placement is good. For some reason, the number of units is incredibly up. Nope, there we go. For some reason, the units did not update properly. Some more culverins going down. You want to keep these towers suppressed. You need a combination of Falconetti gunners and culverins to destroy enough siege towers to make sure that the enemy don't get on the wall. The unfortunate thing here is that I think underutilizing the trebs. Trebs are very powerful. We got one treb hitting straight in, and I'm pretty sure this might be trebable. This back section is trebable. I think a couple of trebs can get in. Ooh. That is very interesting. If they go a little bit higher, they might actually be able to shoot directly at each other. Nonetheless, shield maidens blocking off those ladders pretty easy. Cover commander unit on top of a ladder is the most terrifying thing you could probably ever see at the top of a ladder. That and a brace unit. I mean, a halberdier, you poke your head over, you just instantly evaporate. Same with a cover commander unit. Pop your head over, instantly evaporate. This culverin is in a very nice spot, actually. It's on a set of stairs, very difficult to actually hit. A bit shallow here, a bit far away, very unfortunate since everything just hit the wall. So, very safe Cauldron right there. Unfortunately, the mortars are not suppressing that like I thought it would. Siege tower will go down. Does look like SSR does not destroy their own siege towers in order to speed up the respawn, so they are losing a little bit of time, not a terrible lot. Another Treb onto a Cauldron. It does destroy it. We got some Halberdiers on the backside. Falconetti Gunners here on the north side, but not really being used. Well, not the north side, more of the west side. Interesting, we got some Liaos coming out. Liaos are pretty nasty. Probably, yeah, they knocked down the Venery real easy. One down. Controller dies. Could kill the whole unit here. This could be absolutely massive. Does retreat them instantly. How many can these guys kill? 3 dead? 4 dead? How many more? Ooh, half the unit is dead. That is a devastating loss. Although they did pick up a Fenrir, so I think they paid themselves off. But still, it's a devastating loss, and it's a difficult loss to swallow. Mainly because you lost the unit for a skirmish. Skirmishing fights have never really been a good, feeling when you're on the losing side. Although you technically did not lose since you did kill the Fenrir, but dying, it feels like you're losing. In the end, we haven't seen much action. Siege Tower's still making their way across the wall. Only 2 Cauldrons left. I think a Cauldron is sufficient enough to take down a siege tower with Falconetti Gunners at the ready to supplement. I do believe probably one more generation of siege towers will have to go down before finally we get a siege tower up on the wall. So by 5 maybe minutes, 6, 6 the earliest I would say, and probably 5 is when we're gonna get the mighty push. SSR might actually have to choose a different avenue if it comes down to HP wanting to hold the wall. I think they still have a shot. They've already wasted a lot of time getting these siege towers across, and one more try should not hurt too much. The only question is whether or not they will win the push. Considering that SSR does have a higher percentage of cavalry, they're going to have to rely on their heavy infantry. Heavy infantry in this important case here is in favor of Surf. So SSR has the higher number of tier 5s, and especially tier 5 heavy infantry. So in potential, I do believe they could easily take an infantry fight on top of the wall. I do think that a lot of cavalry could be killed off by the tier 4 pike units. But they look to be using them in the wall. We got the middle siege tower up on the wall already. Right hand siege tower making its way, barely damaged. Left hand siege tower not damaged at all. Strangely enough, a massive retreat coming out from HP. Giving up the wall is not a terrible idea, but this could be advantageous to force SSR onto the ground, where the equalizer of cavalry could be the killer of heavy infantry. Heavy infantry weakness against cavalry is known, and SSR does have a superiority in heavy infantry. The medals, however, there is only a fair few of them, so they're going to have to be very careful. The infantry from HP, though, lots of anti-cavalry style ones. So if SSR does come down, I do believe that cavalry is going to have to be very careful. We got 1 Liao Ranger already deployed. A switch does look like it's going to happen. They might take a wall bombing approach, which is a nice style to approach from. HP already prepared as they fall back to probably the 3rd lane or the 3rd street. Engagements are slow. Engagements are not happening. But the setup from both teams are designed such that they're trying to gain an advantage on one another. Right now, giving up the wall, big advantage lost. A point also being picked up means more time for the attackers. The attackers a little bit slow transitioning from the wall style to the ground style right now, so SSR takes about a minute to get them organized yet again. Getting some medals out, really good to see them, because I would also suspect cavalry once we hit the ground. One of the most important things here now is to gain a supply point on the inside. Once you have a supply point on the inside, you really can stay. But the constant retreat, even slowly, by HP is very strange, to say the least. I would think... Oh, wow, looks like someone got called out. I would think that eventually HP should take a fight. The bad thing here is that I wouldn't have retreated from this third alley because there's no pressure from the attacking team, so giving up that space was kind of a bad move. Whether or not you wanted to actually fight there is another question entirely, but again, bad move in that it's giving up free space. Now you kind of shot yourself in the foot. Lots of mortars being placed down, and this hold have been seen before, so I'm not surprised that SSR is way ready for this. Gonna bomb the absolutely living crisis out of these guys. And this is why you kind of should have waited here in the alleyway. As the defenders, you do have the advantage of choosing the spots you want to fight. The attackers have a lot of resources, so definitely HP wants to bleed out as much resources as possible, and this is good. They don't waste any time retreating. They definitely set up a second spot already. They're ready to move in, and this is what I like about a proactive. This is what I like about HP so far. I want them to be a little bit more proactive and a bit skirmishing. I want them to kind of counter-fire back. The one thing that I would have done is have the Falconetti gunners be placed here on the second level, shoot directly at them, and that would have been way better. Any ranged units, in fact, would have been way better shooting directly at the enemy. And this move here by Surf could completely destroy the defending team. The defending team is doing a full retreat right now, and they have to hold them at this corner, or they will get the supply point. And if this supply point is gotten, they have lost everything. A Treb directly onto the defending team is going to be absolutely devastating. We see it come in, but they've moved forward, and there's a hole. So that Treb was minimal damage right now. Now the problem is that the front line has broken through, and just look at that. The wave just waltz on through, slamming right into the range units, and slaughter on. SSR makes a pretty much a death sentence move for HP.
A walk in the park.
Very well done. Very well done. I think in this case HP mistake was not being proactive. Letting SSR, giving them so much space. I think SSR did a wonderful job of taking advantage of that, and the slow, methodical retreat by HP, although it looks very nice, no losses, time wasted. When it comes down to setup, it really shows weakness in priorities here. I kind of think that HP was concentrating on that right-hand side intersection. Classically, we've seen defenses before, and it's been more or less kind of a death sentence for many attacking teams that has seen defenders hold that intersection very well, squished in the center, squished on the right-hand corner. Again, turning around corners are the worst for any team. And that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from SSR, seeing the weakness of their formation, leaving the supply point completely open, and not to mention the slow trickle of reinforcements coming in. Although they did allow the defenders to set up, I do think the advantage still is to SSR to feed on the units that were able to respond to their movement, but it was a pretty bad situation. They were coming to a T-junction. They either go left or right, left straight into the enemy, or right into another corner, and that is, wow. I just realized how bad that intersection is for the defenders to actually take a fight there. Nonetheless, that is first victory for SSR. SSR will be defending next, and SSR will be defending, and HP will be attacking. But I do think SSR is the stronger team in a confrontation. I love the teamwork coming out from. I mean, I love this overview and the setup from both sides. They are very methodical in their placement because they both want to achieve something. And it goes to show that the quality of the teams in the CBL so far, I mean, have been spectacular, to say the least. Or maybe we just happen to catch the very spectacular teams. And I would say HP have shown the signs of a very well coordinated team, but unfortunately they have not shown the skills to really pull off battle. But then again, I mean, they just got beaten to hell by SSR here. The unit composition was heavily in favor of SSR, heavy infantry style, and definitely nothing to scoff at in terms of unit composition and choice, because it is very important to choose your units wisely. A single unit in this game could mean the difference between victory and defeat. I mean, there are some very powerful units out on the field. And there's Corn Berserker. Hey, hello. Apparently, from what I know, SSR is a EU team. I'll be probably following most of their battles when I can. Otherwise, I follow my own English house team, which would be the Wlbg. Not particularly sure what that stands for. Well, again, take a look. And hello. I think what's really cool is this game has so much potential because it's a team game. Definitely it's a team game. No one person has been, like, outstanding. You can't pin it out on one person so far. So there's less. So I think the harder thing about CB would be to bring focus upon the players. But really, it's a team game, so much so that you cannot point to an individual player and say, he is the team, he is the reason why everything's working. Alright, well, the second battle not started yet. I'm gonna eat this real quick. crazy amount of muskets coming out from from SSR here. I'm not surprised, but that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 muskets coming out from SSR. These guys will be very oppressive with pushing the towers. Like, they can basically... I think two range heroes, sorry, can suppress the siege tower. They could kill or interrupt the units just enough to make sure that the siege tower doesn't push at all. Didn't really take a look at the units too much. I think they're fairly similar to what was before. I think HP has a little bit more cavalry. Full culverins coming out from SSR though. Lots of mortars coming out from HP. Probably going to see a very similar style of siege from before. Mask. Mask is apparently life. Mask Flames. Is he a good player? Tell me. This is a 3-minute delay, so you probably will not hear. I probably won't hear a response until about 3 minutes. Using the naturals, getting as many shots as possible. Cannons are a little bit finicky, but you definitely can gain the advantage. There is more cannons on the ground though than there are on the wall. Yeah, very far away cannons. Like 3 cannons back here, 3 cannons back there. And there's like 5 cannons scattered here, or 4. Ooh, what's he looking here for? Come through this small gate for free. Does look like one of the observers just clocked out just now. In truth be told, you just gotta be careful. If the main observer clocks out the referee, not gonna be very good. This guy's completely exposed. If someone was like a longbow, I would definitely be shooting that. What's interesting is... does that do damage? Surely it does damage, right? Why are you throwing javelins at it? Oh, wow. Very interesting. So apparently the javelins deal damage to the siege towers, and they're using Demez Javelineers. Only a tier 2 unit, and there was a javelin sergeant. Wow, who died? Where? Oh wow, died on the wall. That's impressive. So not only did HP get up on the wall, kill the guy, got down, scot-free, by the way. Or, no, someone from HP. Oh? No, someone from HP just died recently, but Lex got assassinated. Wow. Doesn't look like it hit anything. Battering ram at the front gate, getting that longbow shooting. That longbow, my dude, can you not see this Falconetti? You see Falconetti shooting, immediately just turn, like any longbow, step up here, you can shoot that. You can get over here, shoot that. I'd definitely be shooting, suppressing those Falconetti gunners. What are you doing? Are you shooting? Who are you shooting? Oh, yep, there we go. He is shooting. So SSR does spot the Falconetti gunners and shooting them. One by one, they will fall. Oh, that trap was pretty nasty. Taking out quite a few spear guard. 7, in fact. Took out 7 spear guard. Oh, and some shield maidens. I think 3 shield maidens clocked out. Trebs are ramping up. 7 left. So that means 8 have been used. Mask is the captain. Thanks. So, apparently I've been informed that SSR's captain is Masked Flame. Mask Flames. Or Mask Flame Z. There's... Hello, Wlbg. This is a 3-minute delay, so you'll only hear this 3 minutes later. The left-hand siege tower is about to make it to the wall. Doesn't look like SSR has enough to respond to it. This 1 out of 12 here. I think SSR might look to want to hold the wall. Strangely enough, the siege tower didn't finish getting pushed. Or no, there we go. We got the Imperial Spear Guard presenting themselves. 7 trebs have been used, so not very many trebs left to bait out from the enemy. And does look like these culverins are, I mean not culverins, these mortars are still in usage. Only 4 shots left between the two. I was wondering whether or not HP wants to keep pushing siege towers. They have the left-hand siege tower. It's not a bad siege tower to go up. Middle siege tower, you never want to go up. Right-hand siege tower is an okay one as well. So, middle siege tower on every single map, you never want to go up. If there's only 1 siege tower, you kind of screw yourself over if the enemy defends. Otherwise, it's an easy picking. Once you're up on the wall, there's nothing to stop you. Like, once you're up on the wall, there's no real disadvantage. It's just a straight fight there. Surprisingly enough, we still have SSR still dominating the wall, taking a little bit of advantage, shooting towards those culverins. Unfortunately, the accuracy on a bottom line one is a little bit worse for the wearers. Wow, that was a cannon shot actually. Good defense for the shield maidens though, absorbing that shot so that it doesn't directly hit the Falconettis. I think a cannon shot hitting Falconettis directly is a one shot, so you have to remember that direct hits deal direct hit damage plus the explosion damage, so you could, I think cannon does around about 5-ish thousand direct hit plus explosion damage, which is around about 3,000 damage. Could definitely one-shot a Falconetti gun up. Big old treb, nice on the slow-ass units. Again, like, big shield units, love to treb them, but realistically, they are doing their job. The big shield units, big old targets, they want them to aim them, so five now left. And they're not terribly useful beyond the fact that they absorb damage. So, when it comes down to battle, the more damage they absorb, the better it is, but they really have no impact. So, could be useful to leave the shield units there, have them get shot a bit, switch out. All siege towers are up on the wall from left to right. Does look like they want to get this right-hand siege tower up on the wall. Probably not the smartest idea. You would definitely want to split just a little bit. SSR doesn't want to take the fight. Obvious that it's very bad to take a fight on the wall when the enemy team has so many routes to choose. A will be gotten very easily, but they masterfully gotten a lot of time. 5 minutes left on the clock. That'll be 8 minutes. This is the same amount of time, actually less. Sorry, more actually. SSR, has gained more time over HP than they on their own defense. So, HP is ready to go though. So, HP has actually saved themselves some time from being ready to go. Instantly, with the mortars being used, the swap out is only around about 1 or 2 people. SSR hasn't been pushed all the way back yet. They are kind of skirmishing around. A lot of mortars been placed down, I would say 3 or so. So the retreat has come in back away from the the 2nd Street. 3rd Street does look to be filled with a couple guys. Oh, I didn't really see this before, but we have Varangian guards and loyal guards there at the bottom. Doesn't look like they want to give that up. We have 2 Varangian guards, 1 Balconetti gunner, 1 halberdier, in fact. Halberdier sergeants, probably? Unfortunately, halberdiers and halberdier sergeants do not have any difference. That is halberdier sergeants in terms of icon, and especially very difficult to tell. So, one thing that's very important here is the contingent of 5 units could hold off long enough for a rear attack here in the center. I think the only thing that SSR has to worry about is whether or not HP does a massive swing, which I highly doubt. Mainly because they're going to group here in the center, and SSR does look pretty ready to... Yep, they're going to push through the center, surprisingly. Not a bad move. This pressure in the center could cause the defending team to present themselves, and they have. But almost being completely surrounded. HP needs to take a quite bad position. Nearly the entire loyal guard there is completely useless. Madow's switching over again. Whoa, nice start coming out from the attackers. But here comes the massive flank. We got Winged Hussars coming in on a bad angle. Halberdier sergeants holding off one entire side. But this center pile could stabilize very well. Winged Hussars does storm through. Ooh, ouch. The cavalry actually had made a massive effect. Nearly all of the heavy infantry that is not Madow's have died right now. No, take that back. I think the center pile has been split up. That's most, and taken heavy damage. I don't know how many heroes are left on the field because for some reason the thing is slow. Loyal guards are retreating away. The center pile is breaking apart. Does mean that it should be a SSR favored win. Not very many heroes left on the field, but there is a token amount of forces coming out from SSR. There is a switch around right now. Daggerrack Lancers coming in through the center. I don't know what they were aiming at since everything in the center seems to be dead. Cavalry is charging back and forth. Cavalry coming out from the attackers. Pulls off, though. Going straight for the supply point could be a bad move. There is some Madow's there, and all I see is cavalry out from the field. There is a Madow set up. Wow, this is very surprising, because SSR deployment of the cavalry from multiple angles created massive effect. We saw a Winged Hussar come in, we saw a Liao Rangers come in through the rear, a second set of Winged Hussars come through, and that was enough to turn the tide, even though SSR started off with a really bad fight, losing both a Madao and Loyal Guards almost instantly. But the recovery was good. Recovery was amazing, in fact, considering how badly they started off. Unfortunately, right now, I would say they're actually even. They're actually even. Even on the high tier units right now. And HP is making a bad move by going through the center again. Very smart right now. No rear guard. Take that back. There is Water Brashio here at the rear guard, but they did not wait long enough for all of their units. That Water Brashio is not prepared. Good density right now. Lots of Water Brashio. Winged Hussar going to come roaring through right now, but straight into a bunch of Madows. That's good though. The front line from SR is completely taken out, and the cavalry has done their job. But the Madows are taking heavy amounts of damage and pushing up with their own Madows. HP has taken the lead right now. Surprisingly, the heavy infantry closes out the battle. Some cavalry still remaining. So, why that victory was a bad fight for SSR? It was bad fight for SSR because they already lost 3, maybe 5 guys here. These 5 guys did not create any value at all. Straight into a nice rear guard of a spread out Water Brashio. Gives them a lot of time, and a Winged Hussar coming roaring on through. But enough about analyzing that battle, because we have the final push towards the base point coming through, and HP, just like SR, right now dominating their attacks. Really strong and stable. But the swarm of units are slowly chipping down at the defenses here on the base point. They need to close out the game. Lots of grape shots, in fact. These grape shots will just one-shot any hero that gets close enough. And sacrificing your life in this scenario, not a smart idea, because there's no point in trying to hold time when you know you can't break through the defense. So that is hands down victory for HP. So that's 1-all. So, big mistake coming in from SSR. Second battle here. The second battle, okay, so it's a tunnel. It's a tunnel. You had a very bad start. It's worse in this case because there's less angles to really recover from. But in this case, concentration of forces from HP was massive. Wlbg is coming in the rear. Stalled out the counterattack from SSR just enough for a counterattack once finishing off their forces. So divide and conquer. HP, good job at seeing that divide and conquer opportunity. They saw it before. Unfortunately, SSR made a miraculous victory in recovery. Unfortunately, it didn't help them in the second time. This time, they shot themselves in the foot. They lost a couple guys there on the right-hand side as they were pushing towards that supply point. When they went in for the rear, they got stalled out by Wlbg. They could not be aggressive and catch them as they were killing their friends. So, massive advantage completely lost. So, lopsided or immediately from the beginning. We have 15 guys raring to go. You barely lost any. Turns around, faces off probably 12 or 13 guys. Instantly loses in numbers, but the composition already lost. Double Winged Stars charging right at your front line. Your front line was basically VGs, which were probably already dead before they even hit. Wlbg would have probably finished them off straight into Medals. Bad, but in the end, trading good for, the aggressiveness really great for HP. Completely collapsing the entirety of cohesion, because if they weren't Medals, they were definitely going to be on the ground. The rest of the infantry pulls up, instantly finishes off the rest of the infantry, so SSR could not hold ground, completely decimating their defenses, retreating back, only 8 or so heroes left alive. Not terrible, not as terrible as you think to be dead than to be alive. To be alive in that scenario means more time. It's rather to be dead, delay the enemy, and respawn, because it's around about 30 seconds, which is less time than you running back, getting a new unit, and then running off. Nonetheless, we're going to go on to the field battle. This is really, really intense between these two teams. They're both pushing each other to the limit, and I love it. I love it. SSR doing the same thing as HP, but pulling it off better. Unfortunately, taking a fight that they were going to lose was the sad reality. I do not believe it was... I do not believe that SSR expected to lose on the second fight, and I think that if I was to look at the if I look at it again, the first battle was not actually terrible for HP. It was an even trade, even though they started off good. The recovery, although miraculous, SSR did not come out any better than their opponents. So they were still equal and tied. But the second battle really, really kicked SSR in the ass there, because they lost one side, they lost the other major battle. Now, on a field battle, it's all about who has better control, who has better map awareness. Cavalry, very useful. They're very fast, hit hard, and definitely a contender for the best type of unit you want to see on a field battle. But A little bit of infantry goes a long way. Polearm units in particular goes a long way. Fortibraccios, halberdiers. Halberdiers in particular, I think, are underutilized. SSR going in with a combination of winged hussars and Liao rangers. Surprising. We have some Fenrir and some Bol units coming out from SSR. SSR also has a couple of medals. This could be a AC push from SSR. HP going for half cavalry, half infantry. There's a couple of more tier 4s coming out. Shield units is very surprising. Shield units are worse on field battles because they cannot maintain the formation cohesion and suffer heavily when the enemy is not directly in front. I want to see a good old fight. Right now, we're going to start off with ACB push. ABC. Right now, we're going with SSR, ABC, all splitting. Probably not a good move. In a defensive action, HP forgoes the B point entirely and going for the C push. Looks like they kind of predicted this. HP being on the more defensive style of play, while SSR being on the more aggressive style play. SSR needs to react immediately and go back to the B point, because if they take the fight here at C, I think they're going to die. Good thing that they have C point secured by HP. Could see a winged hussar charge if they get challenged. Cataphracts are easy picking, and this could be a war. What? No! Why'd you pull up the charge? Oh, man. A bait? Nice bait. Holy cow. Although you did lose a couple of your winged hussars, that was... You basically decimated that cataphract. Oh, single engagement, starting off really, really strong. A couple of winged hussars will be down for probably around about 30 seconds. Could just switch it out. And this is a good start for HP. HP has already taken off one of the units. Could close out the B point. Could threaten a base point if they get the B point. Should not allow them to get the B point. We got some nasty ballistas very close towards the point. Oh, smashes right in. The shield maiden's getting absolutely decimated. Love to see it. Winged hussars just destroying those halberdiers. Halberdiers versus winged hussars. Although you're going to take a lot of damage, you can take a lot of damage from cavalry. Winged hussars will definitely send you a new one. But out of position here from the SSR as half the team goes back. HP loses no time as they decimate these guys. Nice charge, although the shield maiden's definitely just dodging out like crazy. I don't think the trades have been very good for HP now, losing out on the point to a B, but a small pickup from HP. I think SSR is in the lead now. So have to remember, a lot of cavalry in the tier 5 sector for SSR. I would say it's 100 difference right now, including tier 4. In this case, actually, I think SSR is actually up by several units. Why do I think that? Mostly cavalry, 16 units per cavalry. For the defending team, half and half. So you got half cavalry, half cavalry, half infantry. So you should see approximately around about 500 units if everyone's lost a unit. So in this case, SSR is probably up, I would say, about 5 units. That's actually pretty good. That's actually massive. 5 units is terrifying. I don't know why this HP is out in, at B. He's not dying as a short sword. I mean, I hate the fact that he's not dying. Short swords need to get a life with that iron side. Iron side is so broken, but talking about other broken things, that defense down from the new weapon is also kind of broken. Anyone's game still. Remember, field battles only care whether or not you've taken any points off the enemy team if they're even, whether or not you captured a flag. How many flags you captured? So advantage still to SSR, but there's a lot of time. HP is down, I would say. Down. They need to trade up a little, just a little bit. Not a insurmountable number, because remember, they still have counters to the cavalry. There is plenty of cavalry that could easily be squashed by fortibraccios, and definitely the halberdiers are very good against the Liao Rangers. Out here on the open here, like, why would you not just chase these guys down? It would be surprising to see if whether or not they have the ability to shoot the cavalry. Liao Rangers, not fast enough, I guess. Threaten the base point because you have the advantage, and HP is on the back foot. The Chevaliers is probably one of the best units to make up the difference, mainly because when it's cavalry on cavalry, the Chevalier's crossbow units cancels out the charge, so this could shut down a lot of the winged hussars. That being said, I realize now that winged hussars naturally have come back in again. I keep saying this over and over again. Winged hussars will never go out of style. Never go out of style. They haven't been buffed, they haven't been nerfed, they haven't been touched for season after season. And these guys, again, are appearing in CBL like the grandfather veteran of every single battle. And I love it. The fact that they're here, canceling out probably the Daggerack Lancers, the Liao Rangers, a whole bunch of things. Definitely taking out the Halberdier style unit. Halberdiers can tank one cavalry, but that same cavalry can hit all of the Halberdiers, and the secondary cavalries could just blast right through them. So, because winged hussars hit pike units, regular pike units, before they hit cavalry, that is massive advantage towards the winged hussars when charging directly into a pike line. Fortebraccios, however, not so much. Surprisingly, here on the north side, we are looking at a cavalry battle, mass retreat from the from the Liao Rangers. SSR concedes this side. HP kind of wants to catch units out, very spread out for SSR. We could see that north side collapse back in for the rear of this line as the center pushes up towards the B point. Halberdiers did set up, unfortunately did not set up in a way that was beneficial. Whoa, this could be a very, very bad setup for SSR. SSR is really late here on the north side, but could recover if they can get in. Unfortunately, the center line that was on the B point has fallen. We only have medalls, which are getting absolutely destroyed by the shield maidens. So, HP does a wonderful job here at collecting some bodies. A winged hussar charge, not very opportunistic. Should have went for the center of the infantry line. I would have came directly up through here following the Liao Rangers. If not, the Liao Rangers take the lead. I think the winged hussar should have taken the lead with the charge, followed by the Liao Rangers to close it out. Unfortunately, SSR does lose out in this exchange, and heavily. So, in this case, with the base open, lots of respawns happening, C point could be captured. Unfortunately, just Liao Rangers will not be able to stabilize. They do pick it up. Losing the Liao Rangers, I don't know what they actually kill to get this thing, but the Halberdiers picks up those two units of Liao Rangers. bad exchange again for SSR. Not a good look, I would say. A small pickup, I would say, here at the B point does seem like HP just conceded the B point, and it's very telling that HP is definitely grouping up and just smashing SSR. SSR is making a mistake by allowing HP to come in contact with certain sections of your formations, and right now you are on the ropes. You've only got at best 4, maybe 5 units, actually. Probably closer to 8. 8 tier 5 units left. Mostly surfs out right now, and it's pretty scary just watching a couple of high tier units just waltz on through. You really just look at these high tier units and you just have no idea. Those are Siphonarios out on the field, letting the farmers fight it out. Shield units will last forever against the heavy, against these low tier units. So SSR shouldn't have taken, should look to take advantage of flanks right now. Wlbg could do a massive charge through the center there. Absolutely devastating. Mostly just surf units. That was a really good charge. Right now, the only thing standing is the Wlbg, and whoa! Could you close it out? SSR actually kills off all of the heroes. How many heroes are left? Oh man, how many heroes are left on either side? Ah, wrong one. This one. Look at the death. All right. There is only 6 guys left for HP right now. SR has absolute advantage in heroes right now. Units wise, not so much. They're going for a C. That was an impressive display. That was a very impressive display. The number of cavalry they had left was able to win out. I don't mind. There is 91 tier 4 units still left for HP. Where are they? They are late. That's what I'm going to say. And wow. Cavalry coming in from every single direction. That is what you want to see. HP dropping the ball here. Unable to counter the Wlbg. Wlbg charge comes screaming through the center, exactly like I said before. Should have came in screaming through the center. I'm surprised that they had a Wlbg still left. I mean, like, Wlbg did a wonderful job. The Cataprax, however, coming in behind the Wlbg, although they did come in from the rear, did not succeed. But overall, the 2 charged units have opened the way for the Liao Rangers to slam the remaining infantry units into pieces. And I think the power of cavalry in that moment devastated every single one of those counter pike units. I mean, like, those were mostly pike units. I mean, low tier pike units, do mind that. The number of high tier units in that pile was very low. Very surprising, in fact. We had 2 shield units, 1 shield maiden, 1 Imperial Spear Guard, and we had a Wlbg. I believe there was also another unit inside there. I think it's Siphonarioi. Absolutely useless because the flame assault did not come through. I didn't see a single flame. The charge was unexpected. The charge was too close already, and it's impressive. A very impressive display on pressure and timing. The charges coming in unable... The charges comes in and HP looking in every single direction except for where the charges are coming from. You saw that the most important thing is the Winged Hussars counter most pike units. The only pike units that really can stop a Winged Hussar was the Medals and the Fortebraccio. The Fortebraccios pointed towards the Winged Hussars, but once the Winged Hussars were done screaming through the entire army, the Cataphracts doing a wonderful job as well, distracting. They're a very tanky unit. And I am glad that I have watched this battle. That was a very exciting battle. HP, definitely a good team. I am not going to be here and say that SSR would have won. I thought SSR was going to be on the ropes. I do not believe that SSR could have won if HP committed their strongest forces. But maybe they couldn't. Maybe they couldn't. Maybe the units that were locked up behind people who hasn't lost their units. So think about that. That is something else that we could tell if I actually looked through it. But that is also important. When it comes down to the wire, your strongest unit needs to be there. 91 tier 4 units not on the field. 4 HP. Where were they? The 5 cavalry units, 5, maybe 3 cavalry units from SSR carried the day, carried the victory. Wonderfully done, and congratulations, you did win for this scoring phase. I'm not sure how you're doing overall, but it was very wonderful watching you. I don't think there's going to be any more battles because that was a tiebreaker. But nonetheless, that is, I believe, all for today. We got to watch GNG versus Wlbg. GNG won 2-0 on Heilong Fjord. Easy victory, I would say. But a more exciting battle in the second round. We had SSR versus HP on Harbor City, and finally a tiebreaker on Grassland Assault. However, SSR takes the first Harbor City easily with a nice fake out, a nice push towards the supply point on the left-hand side, the defender's supply point, and HP could not respond correctly, losing out their entire force as they move towards the intercept, absolutely decimating the defense. SSR moves on and takes the base point absolutely clean. Not a chance in the world for the defense to get there in time. In the second battle, HP does a wonderful job at pushing towards the center, takes a nice start, loses the advantage in the end from a multiple directional cavalry charge. Cavalry coming in from multiple directions, crunching out HP and pushing HP, putting HP on the back foot. However, it did put HP on a reset and pushing again. This is where SSR made a mistake. Their forces were on one side and had a little bit on the other side. About 2 or 3 guys towards the supply point on the right-hand side. HP just comes up through the center, sees those guys, turns towards them, crushes them. SSR biggest mistake was responding to this push. They should have let the supply point go. Lose the 3 guys, hold the defense for victory. Counterattack is death sentence. They counterattacked. Once the 3 guys died, HP comes in, turns around, completely slaps SSR into oblivion. Moves on towards the base point, and SSR, desperate to get towards the base point, just throws their lives in. Very bad move, cannot stabilize in that scenario. In the end, coming down to a very cool grassland assault. I think the best thing about the showcase of SSR is the cavalry usage. You want to come in from multiple directions. There is no reason to come in all from one direction. Every time that they got a good victory, it's because cavalry came in from multiple directions. Every time they lost was because cavalry came in from one direction. And this is the deal breaker. The distribution of forces of remaining for HP was very bad. We had only 3 or 4 units, high tier units, face off against 3 or 4 higher tier units. In the end, the cavalry just won. What happened to the remaining of the HP units, I'm not sure. Again, not very exciting first battle, very exciting second set of battles. That is all for tonight. We will see another day of scoring phase on the 11th. That is the Sunday, 2 days from now. And for me, I should be scheduled for watching the JH versus ECL, followed by KHYZ versus WAK. So, I hope you guys can catch me on the Sunday watching those battles, but that is all for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and my commentary. I love commentating for the CBL because of exciting battles like these. Congratulations to GNG and SSR for winning these rounds in the scoring phase. Hopefully you move on towards the knockout phase and on to the final divisions. But nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. That is all for me. My name's Etskai. Have a nice day. Bye!